Oh yeah, man. Look at the lookers and see what they're doing. Sunshine face, sunshine face, sunshine face, sunshine face. Oh yes. Take what you want, take what you got. Let me have it. Oh, you're gonna have it all right. And you're gonna see. Oh, when the sunshine fades. Take it away, boy. Sunshine, sunshine.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women, welcome to Tony Commander J.R. Galpogkpa Chesson talk show. Today is December the 1st. And guess what happened today? I woke up this morning and there was my man in the newspaper, Joseph Boycott, speaking about Liberia and his involvement in Liberian politics beginning today, tomorrow, day after, next week. I don't know. But this is what Boycott said, man. And it hit me hard because here we are with the opposition now. For nearly 4 years, we have been in power. Boycott has not expressed his opinion, his views on this administration. He did not. But now we are in the heat of Darius Dillon's election. We are in the heat of the Basso County election. We are in the heat of the Bombing County election. Now, on the birthday of the standard bearer of the CPP, the coalition parties, the opposition party that is trying to unseat George Weah. And at this moment, they're supposed to be trying to support Dillon and his partner in Grand Basso County. And whoever CPP has in Birmingham County for the legislature of the Republic of Liberia. This is a significant race for the opposition. Although Masorado is important, all the other counties are important too. They are just as significant because when the CPP controls the legislature, the Senate, and the House, they have greater control of check and balances, of controlling the behaviors of the president and his officials. And that's where we see the real democratic power or dictatorship power of the fucking regime. But somebody got to stand up. Somebody got to speak out. Somebody got to say something. And it doesn't matter to me. I don't need 10,000 followers. I don't need to compete with other people on the airwave. I am an educated leader of the West African Republic of Liberia. Whether I Congo, whether I country, whether I America, y'all can hate me, y'all can dislike me. I stand on grounds of principles. I stand on grounds of leadership. So I ain't backing down. I'm a Congo man. I'm an Americo. Yes, I have my own destiny. And my destiny does not fit in with the destiny of Liberian people today. So I'm a Christian. Jesus said, if your left hand offend you, cut it off. I don't care. My videos will be on YouTube until I move it. If I don't move it, it will stay there from time immemorial. Liberian children will have the opportunity to see my videos in the future and to know I'm telling Liberian people the truth. But because of our tribal divisions, because of our native ignorance, because of the hate that has permeated our society by the educated illiterate, we'll continue to suffer. And our children in the diaspora are not learning anything either. They're coming home with the same tribalistic mentality. They're coming home with no idea of national integration and unification and leadership. Everybody want to go to their little village and talk about their tribal thing and their little tribal thing. And that does not match with the leadership of the West African Republic of Liberia. So I'm sure I ain't serving y'all. I'm sure that because my lifetime, I know how long I got to live. But I ain't serving people who now devoted to change and education and stability and leadership and constitutional rule of law. I ain't coming to y'all. I was born in this thing. I left Liberia on a door because of it. I cannot live in this kind of situation. So let me tell you what Boka say. So you can know and learn that he who wakes up late misses the early worms. You miss them. If you still sleeping on the 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, you're gonna miss the best of everything. People gotta be alert. You gotta know that your destiny hangs on your sanity. It hangs on your alertness, being sound, being capable to detect things, to understand things, to decipher things objectively, and not based on tribal things and stupid things that are not mainstream Liberian. Y'all will not go nowhere. It can't help us time and time again. So my best interest is to teach my people, to spread the word, to decipher the complexities in understanding Liberian people and their weakness and their weak philosophies and teachings. So my young children growing up can know how to challenge a corrupt society, to challenge a society that breeds on stealing and robbing other people, especially their own. A society that breeds on corruption and killing their own for petty money, for petty change, and lost vision. Look how they killed Nimpa. Look how they killed Harold Greaves. And in Congo, a country, it's just the Liberian way. Greed, corruption, murder, those are the mysteries of the Liberian society. Bah, 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 bah. Let's get into my lesson. So I'm telling you about Boka. So Boka comes up after his birthday yesterday. He must have had an epiphany. He wakes up and wants to speak to the press and tell the press when he was Ellen vice president, he was a sleeping race car. So now the race car had been sleeping since Ellen time until yesterday. So he woke up and said, no, this is my birthday. I'm 70 something now. I can't be a sleeping racehorse, no race cars no more. I am awake. This is this is no more a sleeping race car. We're gonna get on the road. So let me start right now with messing with George Weah. So let's go through his points on George Weah. I got 9 points here. 9 points here he listed. So let's go through it, okay? 1, he said that as soon as Weah took over the government, he started his assaults on the Constitution. He started assaulting the Constitution. He started making things up that were not the law. Started doing things that were not normal. Same as Donald Trump. Came and started doing everything, changing things that were unconstitutional. Then again, he said, we have failed to declare his assets. Up to that day, people don't know how much we have got, what we have got, what we have not got. That's the law. That part of the Constitution. He threw that out the window. He said, to hell with declaring my assets. So right now, we don't know how much the fucking preacher got. And all the Liberian people who run it behind this man, praising him, are violating the Liberian Constitution. You have no concept who or what you people are to yourselves. So you throw the Constitution away and you're following a man who we do not know how much he has. We do not know whether this idiot is poor or rich. We don't know whether these people are stealing or not. So right there is a crime. And you're talking about George Weah. You ain't got no proof. The proof is right there. There's a violation of the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. George Weah got to go to jail and account to why he violated the Constitution. So all your idiots talking about George Weah ain't no commit no crime. Our Constitution don't matter to you people. Are you people so blind and idiotic and useless and tribal that the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia means nothing to you? My young children of the future, this is what I'm talking about. They hate me because they hate to hear the truth. They hate me because I'm not going to serve any useless government or leader of the Republic of Liberia, not Congo, not country, not America. I am a patriot. And when I see things in my country are not going right, from time immemorial to this very day, somebody, some patriot, educated, wise, knowing, can stand up and say, no, this is not right. You people are crazy. You people either stupid or crazy. I don't know which one to define you all. But native people can't run our country like tribal villages. Can't behave in our system of democracy like it's a club or a susu club. That's how you're running Liberia. Just how the people in Rhode Island ran our community association like a little susu club. That's why I don't participate in Liberian affairs. Nowhere. Because everybody leading our country in associations are mediocre. They're mediocre. The organization going nowhere, but everybody praising everybody about doing something, But the more our people advance in the greater societies, we come to see their weaknesses and their faults. We see it. You can't come from a company leading 6, 7 people and want to rule the Republic of Liberia with 5, 6 million people, like you ruling people in a little cubicle office. That don't work. So that the first thing, one, we are not following the Constitution. That Boka waking up now. The race car is ready now, and he pointing out 4 years of we are faults in one day of his birthday. Election, what? Less than 10 days around the corner, 8 days around the corner. And the opposition leader, standard bearer, is just waking up and been saying he been sleeping since Ellen Johnson time 3 years ago. And he just waking up now with 8 days to Darrell Dillon's election and pointing out all the we are faults. Will the Liberian people fall for this jab? This is a sucker punch, Everybody turning their eyes to the election now and then Boka, yeah, I got to the turn around, boop, yeah, no constitution, boop, and he didn't disclose this, boop, he didn't disclose that. Then the whole population just sitting there looking at the man and say, oh, is the Opa crazy? The Opa just working on his birthday, that's a sucking punch we are. Sucker punch. But this is what we're going through. So what's the third thing? He undermining the integrity institutions to fight corruption. God jigger. Are we just knowing this? Everybody been talking about Nunduki, Umlabunga, and all of that leading the anti-corruption unit. We never heard from Boka then. I don't know if CPP ever put out a statement against this. But now Boka come here and stressing his second point, that his third point, the undermining of the institutions of integrity, of law enforcement, and fighting corruption. Another late statement. Okay, let's go to the fourth one. Accounts of money not available, not provided. The 16 billion. We've been talking for this 16 billion since Hector was a pup. The stand-up project talking about it. The 25 million map of money. That went under the race car too. When the driver was sleeping. All the time the CDC were passing by, feel in the race thing, and all the dust just flying, and the CPP window up, but got sleeping. All the papers just going under the car in the trenches. Now it looked like something hit the car. Now it just woke up. He Darius Dillon is the man. Now he shaking all this shit. I've been sleeping too long. Oh, let me wake up. Let me point it out. Okay, 16 billion. I remember that. Yeah, I remember we're talking about $25 million. Yeah, that's another point. And what the other point? Now Boka say, Joe, we are turning the police into a partisan unit. What's wrong with that? You're sleeping. The man finish hiring, tell how many people? 300 people. Finish sending them to academy. They coming out yesterday, came out yesterday, or they coming out soon to start beating the people in the street. Then you just coming to your senses and complaining about it. This is just my introduction, though. I ain't getting to my real lesson yet. Then, so he said he trained his unit against perceived enemies. So who you think the perceived enemy is? Okay, so they're training them about perceived enemy, and the perceived enemy not only the CPP, the perceived enemy is the Liberian society. Anybody open your mouth, you can be flogged. This is Tottenham. We are Sammy Doe procedure. We're going back into the Tottenham Doe era, where people, our country, going to be run by Besman and Campbell, and it would just arrest and beat people, charge you with any kind of thing. Once they detect, Gali, get out of that country. As for Gali, I don't want to see you again with latches all over your back, my man. Get out of that country. Out of flock with the law. Those people that flock without any consciousness. We're trying to be dictators, trying to destroy our recently formed constitutional democratic system of leadership. But we can't leave Ellen out. There is no way we can leave Ellen Johnson setting under this thing. Because she took George Weah's hand and said, this is the man I want. She got to bear the consequences. Just like her son, she said she would take the blame. She got to take the blame for Weah. She brought Weah. So even though Papi Bawka been sleeping, he knows Ellen still ruling Liberia. He knows that he can't talk while Ellen and her family is still alive. This is the deception of our native people. They can't challenge the Congo people with the money and the wealth and the know-how. And that's why we got to change our country. Your young children in America, you don't know this thing. You will go to Liberia and see it. You think your education from your school matter? No, it don't matter in Liberia. It don't matter in Liberia. You will learn. And you will learn the hard way. Because you think, because you're from Nimba County and all thing, you got rights in America and freedom here, you can carry that BS to Liberia. When you enter Liberia, your freedom is gone. All this American thing you're doing here is gone. Why you think I will go back and discipline my whole society with all fear or favor? Because I see the deception. I see this corruption. I see the association between certain families who think they have rights and they can preclude and exclude other people from participating in the leadership of our country and say they got rights over Liberian people. We got to change that philosophy. You can't keep people out of our government to keep your family and other people in our system because you're scared or you want to ensure that your family property and your family owns something in Liberia. I don't own nothing in Liberia. And if I don't own nothing, who else can own anything in Liberia? Let me see that person. I want y'all to show me that person. If Chesson don't own Liberia, Commander, Attorney Commander Galpogkpa Chesson does not own Liberia. Y'all bring me the idiot or crazy fool from any damn family in Liberia and put them before me and let them tell me they own Liberia. Nobody own our country. Our country is a constitutional, democratic republic of Liberia. Not of Johnson, not of Sirleaf, not of Fockett, not of Prince Johnson, not of you Nima people or you Lofa people or you Bassa people or you Kipma people, wherever you're from, or you Southeastern region people, wherever you're from. I don't care. I stand in the center of Liberia and wave my hand over Liberia. I am a patriotic soldier of the West African Republic of Liberia. And things will change in our country. We don't want dictators. We're tired with the killers, the warlords, and the murderers, and the deceivers who just want to stay in our government so we can support them all their lives, so they can die on the Liberian people and we bury them. How long we will recycle these same people? And here we go again. The Tyler, the Snow, and I get into their business, but let me finish with the other useless man. Okay. He says CDC training private militias and assassins to target opposition figures and intimidate opposition. Is this something new? Dylan been crying for this thing ever since. When Cummings went to Grand Julia County, he got stoned. Right now, Cummings scared to go in the public. He'll be looking around, got people all around. So when the stones start flying, picking and drop on the ground. Liberia is dangerous. People throw a stone like in the old days of Egypt and things like that. Our country is a village. It's a little native village of, I don't know where you are, Muslims or what, because only Muslims are stone people. So you gotta be full of Muslims. I know what kind of Christians you people are. Throwing stones at your leaders, your representatives, people who oppose your views. You go to resort to taking up rocks and shooting, throwing them. You people are ancient. You people are Muslims. You're not Christians, and we can't have you. I can't live with you. I won't leave you. I just advising my children because I'm coming home to die, and I'm coming to live in peace. I don't want to join you. I don't want your trouble. I don't want your yo-yo. I don't want nothing. I'm tired with everything. Just stay by yourself. Let me stay by myself. Okay? I will have everything I want by myself. We'll be two people in separate nations. I will pay my taxes to you. I will do everything, but I'm getting involved with you. You will stay under my sector of Liberia. Okay? Because wherever I am will be for me. You're not coming there. No. Only the Liberian people who are my people coming in my place. You're wicked and evil Native people, Congo people, American people. You'll take your Babadi trouble and carry it over there by yourself. I don't want it. I don't want nothing. You'll keep it. Okay? So yet the other thing the man talking about. There is some stupidness going on in our country. People sit down and see the evil going on. They don't say nothing. But when it comes to their front door, then they wake up and want to talk and spew out junk. And the Liberian people's tired here. Where you been all this time? Where you been all this time? You know? The time of the Liberian people is here. I gotta get my lesson. I'm almost spending 30 minutes in. Let me finish. Spree of mysterious killings and disappearances. No police investigation of most of the disappearances and killings. No credible reports from the police on these killings and disappearances. 8. Liberian lives are in fear and insecurity. Boka just found that out yesterday. Okay? Our country has no leader. It's killing us. So he talked about the referendum. He talked about how the people didn't do this and didn't do it. But now once the Boka stressed on the point that the referendum is unconstitutional. It's unlawful because the courts of Liberia have declared, the Supreme Court, the highest court in the land, has declared that it is unlawful. So that's the main foundation upon why this referendum should not be held. The court of Liberia has said it is unlawful and it should not be held. It should not be on the ballot. What more excuse is there? Everything he's saying is in the law. So instead of stressing the law first before explaining these issues, he never stressed the law. So these are the same problems we're having. Our leaders talking to our people and stressing issues without laying it on the Constitution and laws of the Republic of Liberia. Because if it's not law, you can say, oh, it's supposed to do this, supposed to do that. Who cares? If it's supposed to, and you are in opposition, and your people do not go in the legislature and makes it a law or take it to court to verify the veracity of the law, then you come before us and tell us everything except stressing that the referendum rests on the laws. And the courts have determined that it is a disservice to the Liberian people to host the referendum as an electoral option on the ticket, on the ballot. It's supposed to be taken off. So these are some of the things so that what the 9 things he's talking about. We are selling corruption, failure to disclose, undermining and corruption, taking our money, turning police to party police, training private militia, spray of mysterious killings, and the last one, Liberian lives are in fear and insecurity. So these are the same things that been happening for 4 years, or the past year, or the past 2 years. And the standard bearer just talking about it on his birthday. Saying race car is not parked no more. He revving it up. I don't know when he put it on the road, but he said he revving it up. Okay? Let's listen to that. Secondly, George Weah went to Bowman County threw Edwin Snow under the bus. He told the Bowman people he gave Edwin Snow rice and solar lights. And Evan took it and turned it into his own private venture to seek re-election from the citizen. So all that thing with Evan Snow, Fanny Rice, all that thing pissed George Weah off. He said, who is the other man to be showing people he farmer and I'm the only farmer in Liberia? You remember Doe? When Doe said he was the biggest farmer in Liberia, just like Torba, and nobody could compete with Doe just like Torba, this is here again, Snow go fan rice with his friend on the farm. And we are picture not there, he put his picture there. He put we are picture over his picture and put his set on that we are fanning the rice and saying, thank you, President Weah, we serving on the farm, and then you go put yourself with all the fucking preacher, you doomed for life. So the fucking preacher came to Bami and threw Snow under the bus for the other massive criminal, Alec Tyler. So this is the recircling of the rogues of Liberia. We have no young men or women in Liberia or in the diaspora who can come to Liberia like Christmas Sally and fall on his knees and start kissing Weah's shoes and looking up Weah bumbers to reach up there too. But y'all won't stay away and come and start talking all kind of things. So Weah said, no, he ain't bringing you up. And he can't even trust Christmas Sally to put him in a big position. So you got Christmas Sally, a political voice on the street with signs holding it up and things the American way. But that is good to see an educated man, leader of a party out there holding signs and things. And the dummy leading the country. Yeah. You know, these are the great exploits of our diaspora Liberians returning home. Instead of teaching people how to do the job on the street, we get on the street and hold the signs while the dummies stay in the office and write the leadership proposals and laws and everything for the country. Then we come and support these people and say we're supporting them. You see, when you bring yourself down with the dogs and the fleas, you wake up with fleas. Because there are many things Liberian people can do to show that they are part of the society instead of playing football in the street, instead of standing up with signs. That little tournament could be, even if he want to have it in the area for everybody, he could have had it on the beach. A little beach football. Have the tournament, more than one tournament. Have the soccer going so, have the volleyball going so, and different things, the kickball going so. All the tournaments go there. He can go play football. When the president play, everybody will stop to watch him. After the football game, we run to the volleyball, we watch the girls play, we go to the kickball. That's how you run things. Everybody can't come in the city to see those things. Everybody can come, So the streets were crowded with only a few people and government officials and older people watching the game with the television showing it to the rest of the world. Our streets nasty and dirty. All these people, big men just running all around the streets acting like useless children. There are certain things you can afford to show the people and certain things you gotta leave it alone. So where we going with this government? Our leaders are servants to a dictator, to a man who everything you do, you got to put his picture in it, or you lose, or he coming to throw you under the bus and tell the people how you stole when there's no proof. There's no keys and no proof. Yeah, sir, I get the money. I get 1,000 rice. The man only get 100 bags of rice. I give 1,000 to the people. The man get 100. He can't say he give me rice. He can't say he give me light. All the solar panel, I give it to my people. So to throw me under the bus, he comes and make that kind of statement, knowing that I did what he said he to do. But he won't bring the other criminal from Ellen Johnson regime. Recycle Ellen people again. The same criminals from Ellen Johnson regime. Bring them back into the weird government. Let us deceive the Liberian people. So let me get into my first point now. This is the 38th minute. Let me take a little break, then I'll come back.
You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings. But now I shine with your reflection on me.
Well, good morning again. Let's get into my lesson now. My 3 topics for this morning are Liberia Spoon TV interview with CPP's chairman, Elliot Cummings. 2 is December 8, 2020 senatorial by-elections. Safe. 3, good and competent leadership matter. Let's get into my lesson. Now, last night or earlier this morning, I was listening to Spoon TV with the CEO, Weatherspoon, with Ben Savvy, with Dr. Peabody, with Tomlin George, and with Elliot Cummings. There was also a monitor there in the studio monitoring all this activity. So I can't remember his name, but there was another guy there, but he wasn't involved in the conversations. So Elliot Cummings came and they threw him some real good questions. And it was amazing to hear Elliot Cummings' answers. One, Elliot Cummings made it clear that CPP is going into the December 8th election with very little confidence that they will win or that the system will be fair and free or that the NEC is doing the right thing to facilitate the smooth and efficient electoral process on December 8th. So we come down to the same thing. So Weatherspoon asked them, what y'all gonna do now? What if the excuse me, ooh, right, my cough is kicking up. Right now, ECOWAS sent a team into Liberia to overlook the voters' roll, to ensure that the problem that is the crux of this election be fairly cleaned up so that all the people that actually registered, all the people that are really competent to vote are registered appropriately in accordance to law and the procedures of the NEC. They have not heard from ECOWAS. The courts have already given the NEC authority to proceed as is. The NEC is making no attempt to clean up the past voter roll as the court demanded it. The current court is not backing the decisions made by the previous courts. So here we are, our country is a mess as far as our law and procedures of law and order and justice are concerned. Our country is a total mess. Now we're having election December 8th. Elect Cummings them, yes, even though they've been fighting, they have been under the public's eye. Darius Dillon been carrying his own bag with the help of diaspora Liberians and Liberians in Liberia having programs and different things to help raise funds for the progress and advancement of the electoral zeal of Darius Dillon. So this is a national effort. CPP has proven that it lacks leadership. It lacks efficiency. It lacks leaders with vision and foresight. You know, look at CPP. It's supposed to be the organization of the educated people. But look at their planning and implementation of their campaigns. And look at CPP. That's why I commented this morning that CPP effort is grassroots. They got the people dressed in uniform. They got the people recognizing that they are a unit fighting for a cause, sitting them down, teaching them on the map what to do, how to go up country and teach the people. We don't see CPP doing that kind of thing. Yeah, we see one pickup running through the street with people stopping at people. No. You got to understand. That's why I can't work for people like that. I could not work for Benin Ayuri. That's my cousin. But he pump us and don't listen. I can't work for that kind of man. You can't win the people of Liberia if, first of all, you're not honest. Secondly, if you don't know how to talk to the Liberian people. And talking to Liberian people is not only going out and talking with your mouth, it's communicating with them with paper, with a language they can understand, not bombarding them with a lot of reading, but giving them the message as they should hear it, that it will sink in them, that they don't have to learn too much. Our people not educated. You can't bombard them with too many educated stuff. You got to understand the limits and how to deal with them. You know? It's just that I'm tired with the deceitfulness. Even the Liberian leaders in Liberia are scared. I can't work with those people. Or else I would not be talking like this either. But I just tired because the problem It's our people. You see the man stealing. You complaining about the stealing. Then you see they appointing the man from position to position, and you still cheering for the leader who doing that. Then you want change in our country. It will not happen. So yeah, elect comes them. They don't know how to reach to the people. They don't know organization. They don't know planning for Liberia dispensation. They don't understand it. They come from America and they think they can run our elections like American people. You can't. That's why you people in the diaspora don't understand too. I'm telling you, all this thing you're talking, it don't matter to the Liberian people. You need to listen and pay attention to people who can teach you something. But you don't want to listen. You just want to run like you're educated and know everything. And that's why you will fail. And that's why we stay in power. Because as ignorant and low as the people are, they know how to plan and organize. It doesn't take a genius. It doesn't take a genius. But when you come with this pompous attitude that you know it all and Mr. Light and all of that, and you're not the light, Darius Dillon is the light because he can reach to the people. He can get his message across to the people. Simple thing. You need no big book because the people you're dealing with don't need people to be pouring book down and philosophy down their throat. You know, look at Alec coming, all he talking is philosophy. We want action, not philosophy. You know, same thing I look at that Ta Wonglo, that what her name, Jacinda is supporting. You know, nothing wrong with all his accolades and achievement, all of that. The question is, can he lead Liberian people? That's all. All that accolades, they fail us. It's good. Don't mistake me, Liberian people. It's good to get education. But if you can't translate your education into work and dealing with masses of people, if you want to be a leader, you cannot change the lives of our people or change their direction in this life. You have to understand. If you can't lead, you will fail. No matter where you come from with education, all the kind of thing, it doesn't matter. You will fail. So if ECOWAS, if all the planning of the NEC are here, they got 2.4 million voters on the voter roll. And they come claiming that they added another 300,000 people to the old voter roll that the court told them to change, but they didn't change. So they're looking at a new voter roll with 2.4 million people. They have 5,911 polling places. Can the CDC cover all these places with poll washers? Is the CDC, is the CPP prepared to cover all these places with poll washers? How will the CDC fight to ensure free and fairness on the voter roll when they have no control? They have no input. They have no say in what the law ordered the courts to do. And the courts not doing it. The courts not following the orders of the courts. So here we are. We have a rebel court. We have a dictator system. We have a legislature of incompetence. Then Elliot Cummings expect there to be free and fair election. So they asked him, Mama, if you go in election and lose, what you do? He said, well, up to the people. It's always up to the people. That's why you are taking it to the people in the first place. I kept telling you, you stand up and bring your people together. Because there's no way the government can violate the law, can violate every principle of decency and order insanity, and the opposition sits there and only go to court and don't take no strenuous measures to send a loud and clear message to the government that you're not going to take this, to show them you can protest and they can't do nothing. You are the opposition. But when you're weak, when you come to America, from America, not knowing the dynamics of Liberian society, not knowing how to handle our people and the ruffians in our society, you will fail time and time again because you fail to know and learn about your people. So that brings me to my second point. It's our senatorial election on December 8, 2020. Safe for Liberian people to go out there and vote. Safe for Liberian people to campaign and ensure that other Liberians are made conscious of the need to vote for their party. Will this election be free and fair? We see one of the basic points now, even Cummings admitted to it, is the pictures of the ballot boxes being opened and things being taken out at the airport when Kenyan Airway brought the boxes. This is a known phenomenon throughout the Republic of Liberia now, if the people of country don't know. That's another thing Boka said. Boka said we're having a referendum, and the people of country don't even know what a referendum is. This is even more reason to stress the unlawfulness of this referendum. To have your people out in force, not after the election, that reaction. You want pro-action. You want to ensure that even though there are doubts that this election will be free and fair, the government knows that if they try anything, you will come out again and stop everything in Liberia until this government steps down. But you never send messages to the man of your power. You people never showed unity in standing up and marching and telling these people that they must follow the constitution and laws of Liberia. You ain't make none of those demands on the government. Boka wake up with some epiphany overnight, listing all these things about we are, and you'll never act on it. And you'll forget the foundation of the true Whig Party teachings that still permeates Liberia's society today is deeds and not words. No matter how you take it, no matter how you try to destroy the Congo people, their legacy, our words permeate and resonate throughout the Liberian society. You can't talk, we are acting. Even though some of our people failed to do it themselves because they were full of philosophies too, our people still full of philosophies, sitting down here and just spewing a lot of useless things that don't matter to the poor and suffering people of Liberia. You want to make changes, cut the talking and the useless diaspora BS and know you're dealing with Liberian people who need leader, guidance, and direction. And if you can provide that in your planning, in your strategies, in your educational format, which got to be grassroots because our people are grassroots people. So that's why you got to come down. We expect our officers and officials to come down and play in the street and all of that. No. We expect you to plan, organize, implement things for the poor people. Yes, there are times you will have to be there to show you with them. You can promote, if you want to promote street soccer, you can promote it. You can sit down there and promote it. You got to get in there and play all that. No. You got to show some kind of decency as a leader. Now who won the thing? George Weah Party again? So where we going with this kind of thing? What was the purpose of all that football? Hmm? Instead of going to play football for the poor children, build a little soup kitchen or somewhere there where every morning they can go get a hot breakfast. Every afternoon they got a hot meal. That's all they need 2 times a day. Getting a hot breakfast in the morning or next bowl of rice in the evening. Our street children finish. That's taking care of your children, taking care of their food, not going out there to play football and die. You think people care about football when they can't eat? When they can't do anything good for themselves? You gotta think differently, man. If you're coming from America, you want to bring innovative things in our country. Bring the best things, not the worst things. What football will do for our children? Our children can't eat in the morning. They get up every morning. One of them gotta go around looking for food. Why you think they're stealing from people? If you care for the children, build 2, 3 soup kitchens in the city where every morning the children can go get a hot cup of coffee, 2 eggs, and maybe a slice of bread or something like that for the morning. Then by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, they come for lunch. So when they eat good, they can go to sleep. They will last them all through the night. When you eat a heavy bowl of rice at 2:33, you got something good in your stomach to last you for the night. So these are all the kind of plannings we got to look at for our people. Then we're complaining about leadership issues, about Zogo issues, about poverty issues, and all the things. I told you, leadership in Liberia does not rest on money power. Leadership in Liberia rests on people power. When you can bring our people together, you can achieve what people think will be the unachievable. That brings me to my last and final point. My last and final point.
You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings. But now I shine with your reflection on me.
Yep. I've been asking you all for support. I'm asking you all to share my video because I think that the only time you have to do things, people got to ask you. Share my video, please. You got my permission. Don't be scared. Share anywhere. This is educational. Our people got to learn. Send me some money. Let me put this thing up again. All this thing I'm doing not free. All this thing costs me money. And people don't realize that to educate our people, I'm making a sacrifice. But people don't care. People only care about themselves and what they got for their household. But our households not going nowhere until we educate our children. And you need people like me standing in the forefront to provide good leadership and competence to my people. Ask the people about me who work at the finance with me. Many of them couldn't handle me. And I knew I had to get out because the kind of discipline, the kind of order, the kind of training I wanted to bring to my people, the system could not permit it because the system was very corrupt. The system did not have good and competent leaders, and we still don't. Ellen did not provide good leadership and competent leadership for the Liberian people. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf didn't. If Ellen Johnson Sirleaf did, as Boka said, they did so much work, our country will not be taking steps backward instead of forward. So what did you people do that was good and competent for the Liberian people? When we lay the foundation for development, leadership, and direction of the Liberian people, and do not ensure that those standards are planted in our society and in our children, in everywhere, in our immediate and local domain, changes will never occur in our country because everything you do is frivolous. It's flowery. It's just on the top. It's not deep, deep, deep. You cannot change our country without deep changes in the psyche of the masses of our people. You got to shock their senses and don't change and let them know that law and order shall stay and persist and be the order of the day in Liberian society. As long as you useless people are confused between American leadership and Liberian leadership and don't know who you are, we cannot get good and competent leadership. When people come from America and tell us they're educated, that education must go coincide with their abilities to lead, to understand what is significant in our society for our people to see them participating in. We want to build leaders, not soccer players. We want to be leaders and technicians and scientists. We can still, there are time for everything. There's a time for entertainment. There's a time for sports. There's a time for everything. And all work and no play makes Jack and Jean dull. We know that. But there's a time for everything. Our country is going down the drain economically. Why? Because our leaders are nothing but petty criminals and rogues and recyclers of rogues and criminals. So our whole society has no leadership vision. We have no leadership competence. Our whole society rests on personalities and individuals, whether they're corrupt, whether they are rogues, whether they are damned by Jesus Christ. We don't care. Once they're our cousins and our relatives and from our tribe and our lineage, that our part of people you're calculating and respect. That don't work with Chesson. You can be my sweetheart, you corrupt. We gotta rectify that. We gotta have some serious talks of flocking with Flo. Because if my household cannot be trusted, if my household is corrupt and useless, full of liars, can I trust the people in my house? No. I gotta clean up my house too. And Rodney Chesson, everybody going. So I've been over 1 hour. It's time for me to go. My young children, good and competent leadership matters. Good and competent leadership matters. Go over my tape and listen to all the things I said about these useless people in the CPP and want to be leaders in Liberia today and combat with the fucking preacher. You got to understand the mechanisms of Liberian society if you want to lead Liberian people. The time of the Liberian people is now. I support Darius Dillon for Senator of Maserado County. I do not support Guy Finley for Senator or Representative for Bassau County. I do not support Alec Tyler, the old rogue from Ellen Johnson regime, to replace Snow. No, you can't replace a new rogue with an old rogue. Let the new rogue stay there until ready to move him. The time of the people is now. Attorney Commander Galpogkpa Chesson of the West African Republic of Liberia's class is done. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.